Panama against Croatia here in Toronto on a very warm and sultry evening in Canada. England have just staggered to a goalless draw against Ghana in the other second round game in this particular group. Both of these teams without a point so far after opening defeats. Ghana, they beat Panama in their first game. England, of course, beat Croatia 4-2 in their first game. So both of these sides will be desperate for the win here today, with Ghana and England now on 4 points with just one game remaining after this. So you've got to say that really one of these teams has to get the 3 points today to stand a realistic chance of progressing to the round of 32. Panama make just the one change, and it's in their forward line. Fajardo comes in for Waterman. 3 changes made for Croatia. Kovacic, Marko Pasalic and Pongrancic come in for Mario Pasalic, Petar Sucic and Luka Vuskovic, all of whom drop to the bench. Panama, well, they're ranked 34th in the FIFA World Rankings. Croatia, much better. They're ranked 11th coming into this. Pierre Acho of Gabon is our match official. It's a beautiful evening here in the Toronto Stadium. Croatia wearing more now their traditional strip with the red and white chessboard shirts with the white shorts and white socks. And Panama are just going through. We've just had the anthems actually, and now they're going down the line shaking hands. I'll briefly take you through the teams shortly. Don't forget, you are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this Group L game between Panama and Croatia. And don't forget, you can follow this match on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. I'm Joe Mills, thank you for your company. So Croatia, manager Zlatko Dalic goes with a slight change in formation, 4-2-3-1. In goal is Dominik Livakovic, who was outstanding against England. Then a back four of Josip Stanisic, Josip Šutalo, Marin Pongracic and Josko Gvardiol. The two holding midfielders are the captain Luka Modric and Mateo Kovacic. In front of them, the three are Marko Pasalic, Martin Buturina and Ivan Perisic, and Petar Musa leads the line. On the bench for Croatia, the two keepers Ivo Pandur and Dominik Kotarski. Then Duje Kaleta-Kar, Nikola Moro, Andrej Kramaric, Ante Budimir, Nikola Vlasic, Mario Pasalic, Petar Sucic, Christian Jakic, Toni Fruk, Igor Matanovic, Luka Sucic, Luka Vuskovic and Martin Ehrlich. Thomas Christiansen and his Panama side go 3-4-3, which is the same formation they played against Ghana, and where they consider themselves unlucky to have come out on the wrong end of that. They are unchanged apart from one change in the front line. So Orlando Mosquera is the goalkeeper. A back three of Giovanni Ramos, Jose Cordoba and Andres Andrade. The four across the middle, Amir Morillo, Carlos Harvey, the captain Joel Barcenas and Cesar Blackman. And the front three of Christian Martinez. The one change, Jose Fallardo, who comes in, and Jose Luis Rodriguez. On the bench for Panama, the two keepers Luis Mejia and Cesar Samudio. Then we've got Fidel Escobar, Edgardo Farinha, Adalberto Carrasquilla, Thomas Rodriguez, Ismael Diaz, Eric Davis, Cecilio Waterman, Alberto Quintero, Anibal Godoy, Cesar Yanis, Azarius Londoño, Roderick Miller and Jorge Gutierrez. So those are the two sides. Croatia are going to have kick-off. Luka Modric making his 200th international appearance, the 40-year-old for Croatia. Looked a little bit off it against England. Gave that penalty away, of course. But there is no denying the quality of the little man. And Panama will have to be wary of him. So as I said, coming into this, neither of these sides yet to get a point. And with that draw taking place in Boston between England and Ghana, those two are sitting pretty at the moment. Croatia and Panama know that they really realistically need to get a win here today to give themselves a really good chance. A draw wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world, but then they would have to win their last game, of course, and rely on other results maybe going in their favour. Panama all in dark grey, change strip, so Croatia are going to get us underway. The pitch dappled in sunlight, shafts of lights, a packed house here at the Toronto Stadium for this, the world's biggest football tournament. We're underway. Here's Josip Šutalo, and now here's Mateo Kovacic, one of the three changes, the Manchester City midfielder. This is Stanisic, and now Šutalo goes out to that far right-hand side to Marko Pasalic of Orlando City. And Croatia just happy to keep the ball in these early stages. Ball goes out to Pasalic once again over on that far side. Modric dinks it infield. This is Šutalo. And now Marin Pongracic of Fiorentina, one of the other changes from the opening game against England. This is Šutalo. Now Pongracic once again will bring it into the Panama half for the first time. This is the evergreen Perisic back to Mateo Kovacic. Halfway inside the Panama half. Panama yet to get their foot anywhere near the ball. Comes out to that far right-hand side. Now Pasalic trying to get in round the back. Gets it into the area, and it's a glancing header from Luka Modric from an impossibly tight angle near the near post, and it goes out for a goal kick. But after a cagey opening couple of minutes, it was the first real effort on goal coming from that glancing header from Luka Modric. We've played 90 seconds here in Toronto. Panama 0, Croatia 0. So we have a goal kick for Panama. Orlando Mosquera, all in lime green, hammers it long downfield, headed back up the pitch by Šutalo, but Panama now have won it inside the centre circle. Comes out to the blonde-haired Martinez on this right-hand side. Knocks it back to Amir Morillo of Besiktas. And now Cordoba of Norwich City. This is Andrade. Out to Blackman over on that far left-hand side. As I say, they were a bit unlucky, Panama. They were by far the better side in the first half against Ghana. But Ghana getting that late winner. And we've already seen today, if you've seen the England game, they really frustrated England. They just went and parked the bus. But they got the job done and got the point. Martinez has been fouled there by Josko Gvardiol of Manchester City. So it will be a free kick to Panama, halfway inside the Croatian half on this near side. And it will be taken, I think. Just trying to see who that is. Because they had 3 different takers and then suddenly they changed their mind. It's Barthanas, the captain, whips it over towards the far side of the penalty area. It breaks down, a shot comes in which is blocked, and Croatia forced to clear it out for a throw-in on this near side. First real attempt there from Panama, from Amir Morillo. And Jose Luis Rodriguez was going to go for the throw, but Morillo has come over, so maybe we're going to get a long throw here. Modric in discussion with the referee over something. Will it be a long throw? No, it's just a short one to the edge of the penalty box. And Fallardo, well, he claims that that should have gone out for a corner, but the linesman has given it as a goal kick. Just a heavy touch there from Jose Fallardo of CD Católica. Let's have another look at that. I think he might actually have a point there. It went out just behind the corner flag. Would have been a throw-in, and that's definitely a foul by Panama. And it's Martin Baturina who's been fouled there. He scored, of course, that wonderful strike against England in the opening game. One of the goals of the tournament so far, a raking drive from outside the area, right into the top corner. This is Modric now on halfway. Some of the pitch in shadow, the rest of it in bright sunshine. Of course, England's game in Boston, the weather was pretty awful. But it has been a pretty sweltering World Cup so far. But the last couple of days, we've seen some storms and rain as Modric's ball downfield sails all the way through to the keeper Mosquera. Of course, France and Iraq had to endure what must be a record-breaking half-time break of 2 hours 15 minutes because of threat of thunderstorms and lightning. Anyway, it's a beautiful evening here in Toronto. This is Giovanni Ramos for Panama. Just over 5 minutes gone. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary. This is Group L, and it's round 2 in the group phase. This is the second matches in Group L. Long ball downfield by Panama, trying to pick out Murillo on this near side. Gvardiol wins the header, but Murillo will get the ball back and he'll try and get past him. But Martinez then wins the second ball, puts it downfield, but tidied up by Gvardiol. Little flick over the top there by Baturina. Was he held back there? Yes, he was, by Carlos Harvey of Minnesota United. Little clever flick over the top there by Martin Baturina. Plays his football for Como in Serie A, of course managed by former Spanish international Cesc Fabregas. This is Modric now for Croatia. Now Perisic. Comes back to Marin Pongracic. Now Stanisic of Bayern Munich on the halfway line. 6.5 minutes gone. Patient stuff again from Croatia. Now they're inside the Panama half. Now Perisic with a bit of space down this near side. Cuts the ball infield. Kovacic. Perisic once again. Now Pongracic. Now here's Luka Modric. Halfway inside the Panama half. Nice ball with the outside of his boot. Can Perisic get to it before it goes out of play? He can. Fires a deep cross from the left-hand side. but it's dealt with by Andrade, and now Rodriguez will go back to Andrade. Panama trying to exit the ball here. Oh, and that's a scuffed clearance from the side of the penalty area, but they've got away with it. It's finally hooked downfield, but now head tennis ensuing inside the Panamanian half. But the ball breaks here finally for Christian Martinez. Now then, a nice little flick round the corner there. Now, ball down that left channel for Fajardo. And Panama, well, they send the ball back up to the halfway line there, but that was a kind of a half break on the counter there. And they're definitely growing into this game now. This is Ramos. Now Christian Martinez. Now then, bit of a chance here now, going in round the back. This is Harvey. Now Martinez. 1-2. Harvey gets the ball back again. Tries to edge towards the edge of the penalty area. He's fouled by Kovacic. The referee has given a free kick. So like I said, I was impressed with Panama in that opening game. In the first half, second half, not as much. But for all their huff and puff in that game, and they were rather dominant over Ghana, they just couldn't find the back of the net. But they are, again, starting to look dangerous in these early stages after Croatia pretty much dominated the ball for the opening 5 minutes. But a free kick here in a good position for Panama. To the right of the posts. And it's about 25 yards out. There's a big shaft of sunlight streams across the penalty area. Dominik Livakovic, who was outstanding. I mean, England scored 4 goals, yes, but it could have been a whole heap more, believe me. He was unbelievably good in that game, Livakovic of Dinamo Zagreb. So, Rodriguez and Barcenas standing over this free kick for Panama. 3-man wall. Everyone else over to the left-hand side of the penalty area. The referee, as they have been doing a lot in this tournament, goes into the penalty area and tells the players in no uncertain terms to stop pushing and shoving and jostling each other. Now then, opportunity here now for Panama. If we ever get this free kick taken, referee's having another word there. And more shoving goes on. It really is quite tiresome. Finally, it's whipped in by Barcenas towards the back post. It's headed away by Shutalo, and it goes out for a throw into Panama over on that far side. Taken quickly by Andres Andrade. And then it's sent all the way back to Mosquera, who's come way out of his penalty area. Launches this long downfield. And Murillo did really well to keep that in play. Martinez back to Ramos. Now Jose Cordoba of Norwich City. This is Andrade. Long ball downfield. And Fajardo went down under that challenge from behind him there by Pongrancic. I don't think it's going to be a free kick. It's just going to, it went out of play. It's actually a throw in to Croatia over on that far side. So 10.5 minutes gone here in the Canadian sunshine. Cagey start, but now a little bit of space in centre field here for Christian Martinez as Panama have won the ball back. This is Harvey. And now Murillo. Cordoba. Andrade once again. Out to this far side there to Cesar Blackman. But they lose the ball now, and Croatia will look to hit them on the counter. Well, that's brilliant from Martinez there. He came roaring back into his own half there and pinched the ball off Mateo Kovacic, who didn't see him coming. But Murillo there has lost possession, got himself into a bit of a tangle on this near side. Bacciarina now tussling to keep hold of possession. Perisic comes to the rescue and sends it back to Pongrancic inside the Croatian half. This is Josip Shutalo of Ajax. Josip Stanisic. Modric just floated over to that right-hand side near the touchline. Comes back in field to pick the ball up inside the centre circle. Here's Kovacic now. Ivan Perisic. Need more movement here, Croatia. They're knocking the ball around quite nicely, but there's nobody to pick out. Modric tried a long-range pass there, but it was easily defended. And now Panama will look to hit them on the counter. There's a foul on the halfway line. And again, it's Luka Modric. He gave that penalty away against England. Maybe not as sharp as he once was. There's definitely a foul there on Jose Luis Rodriguez. Fair challenge for the ball, but I think he caught him on top of the foot with his follow-through. There's nothing really malicious in that from Modric. He's not that kind of player. Just caught him on his follow-through there. So it will be a free kick to Panama, just shy of the halfway line. It's rolled back to Cordoba, who then in turn, rather disappointingly, rolls it all the way back to Mosquera. Not the most productive free kick. Long ball downfield, but it sails all the way downfield, chested down by Pongrancic. And now Josip Šutalo will bring it forward for Croatia. Just over 13 minutes gone here in Toronto. You're listening to an independent, studio-based, off-tube commentary of this Group L game. It's the second round of matches. Both these teams looking for their first point of the tournament. This is Pongrancic now, comes out to that far right-hand side. This is Marko Pasalic. Back to Stanisic. Infield it comes. Now Gvardiol. Pongrancic on halfway. Patient stuff this from Croatia. They're definitely hogging the ball. Little chip downfield now into the penalty area. It's a bit of a heavy touch over there by Bacciarina, but he manages to keep hold of it. Ball whipped into the area again from that far right-hand side and cleared away with authority this time. But Croatia still have the ball, but are being pressed back into their own half. Long floated ball down that right channel by Stanisic, but Panama had that ball out for a throw-in over on the far side, which Modric was thinking of taking, and then changes his mind. Stanisic will be the man to throw it. Goes backwards to Šutalo. Now Mateo Kovacic. Little short pass in front of him to Bacciarina. Now Modric. I need him to try and find a defence splitting pass. Pasalic, long cross from over on that far side, but far too much on that, and it sails way past the back post and out for a goal kick. Very bright sunshine here in Toronto. A lot of the players are shielding their eyes against the sun. So long kick downfield by Mosquera. Martinez tussling with Gvardiol there, but the big Manchester City defender wins the header, heads it downfield, but Panama will gather the ball on halfway. Blackman infield to Carlos Harvey, and he will roll that back to Andrade. That is a fantastic diagonal ball out to this near side, into the feet of Murillo. Great ball into the area, and it fizzes across the edge of the 6-yard box. It goes past everyone. Panama pick it up on the other side of the penalty area, and then a ball is chipped in, and it's poor, and it's plucked out of the air. That little chip there by Fallardo, by Dominik Livakovic, but that was a fabulous pass. Crossfield diagonal ball from Cordoba to find Murillo. He got in a wicked cross along the floor, and it skirted across the edge of the 6-yard box, but there was nobody on the end of it for Panama. Pongrancic, turn by Kovacic, but he ultimately loses the ball to Barcenas. This is Murillo once again for Panama. Maybe they'll try and keep hold of the ball for a little while here. They've not seen much of it. But they have looked very decent when they've gone forward. Now then, Fallardo Little chip over the top for the overlapping run. Now they've got him round the back here. Andrade into the penalty area. It goes through two pairs of legs and it almost fell for Fallardo. But Croatia deal with it at the back post, and now they'll look to hit on the counter themselves. Modric pouring forward here. He's got Pasalic to his right. He picks him out. Side of the penalty box. Tries to get round Rodriguez. And he gets a cross in just before the dead ball line, but it's headed away. Back towards, should I say, the centre circle. But Croatia still have it. Ivan Perisic. This is Mateo Kovacic now. Game starting to warm up. This is Marin Pongracic. No press coming in. Perisic on this near side. Now it does, but rather clumsily from Christian Martinez. The referee maybe has played advantage there because we still carry on. Perisic still on the deck. Pasalic chips it into the area, but it's poor. And it's just cushioned down by his chest by Carlos Harvey. Well, that's not the greatest clearance from Panama. Straight to Chatullo, who picks it up on the edge of the centre circle, and Croatia will come again. Here's Perisic now, back on his feet, whips a decent ball in, headed away by Cordoba on the edge of the 6-yard box, and then rather acrobatically volleyed downfield by Joel Barcenas, the captain. But it's another wave of Croatian attack coming at them again now. This is Perisic on this near side, halfway inside the Panama half. Chipped downfield by Bacharina into the penalty area, but just too much on it there for Petar Musa. Not said his name yet. He's not really had a touch of the ball, to be fair. This is Perisic on this near side, all the way through to Mosquera. He's got the ball at his feet now. Here's Giovanni Ramos of Puerto Cabello. But that long ball looking for Martinez, he's not going to win any prizes. Goes all the way through to Livakovic, who comes out of his area, traps it with his foot. Modric now feeds it to Kovacic. No real golden chances yet. Long ball looking for Martin. Both teams just playing a little bit cagey at the moment, but Croatia starting to maybe turn the screw a little bit here. Gvardiol down this near side. Perisic whips in a decent ball along the floor to the edge of the area, but it's cleared away by Cordoba. But it's just coming straight back at Panama, wave after wave. But even though that is the case, Croatia have not really created anything of any note just yet. Now then, Pasalic down this far side. Ball comes infield and the foul comes in from behind there. And then a second effort, but the referee's carrying on play. But Panama still don't clear it effectively, and it breaks back again here for Modric. Now Perisic on this near side. Ball round the back by Gvardiol. And Modric, has he on his side a corner there? No, he took it over the dead ball line. Under pressure there from Carlos Harvey. And it goes out for a Panama goal kick. 0-0. And do not forget, you can follow this game on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. But these two, bit of a stalemate at the moment. There've been a few little half moments where either side looked as if they might create something, but nothing concrete as of yet. Well, that's a great return ball over the top. Now Christian Martinez has got loads of space down this right-hand side. Gets it into the area. Oh, that was poor. I don't know whether that was a shot or a cross. And it was straight at Livakovic, who plucked it out of the air at his near post. And that was really disappointing from Christian Martinez, who plays in the Israeli Pro League for Ironi Shimona. But he found himself in oceans of space down this near side there. It was a lovely ball over the top. Gvardiol had gone AWOL on that occasion, but he didn't really take advantage of that. Foul here on the aforementioned Martinez by Mateo Kovacic. And it will be a free kick to Panama, just inside the Croatian half. And we're not far away from the hydration break, greeted in Boston with terrific boos, purely because it was pouring with rain. Cynics, and quite right too. But here, it's a warm evening in Ontario. We're in Toronto at the Toronto Stadium. But a lot of the pitch is bathed in shade. Now, Martinez, little ball over the top down that right flank. Can Murillo get to it before it goes out? He can! No! Cross header is tipped onto the underside of the bar and ricochets out. That was a great opportunity there. And then another long-range shot, but I think the flag had gone up anyway. But I think Murillo did brilliantly there to get to the byline before the ball went out of play. Lovely ball over the top from Martinez. Had that ball gone over the dead ball line, the header from Jose Luis Rodriguez, he was completely unmarked at the side of the penalty spot. Bullet header, and again, what an outstanding save from Dominik Livakovic at full stretch to tip it onto the underside of the bar, and luckily it came down. But looking at the replay there, I would suggest, as we have the hydration break, that actually Amir Murillo did not keep that ball in play. Definitely looked behind the line when he crossed it. So it may not even have counted anyway. Anyway, 0-0, hydration break time. And an opportunity for the players to take on some fluids, as well as commentators, and get some words of wisdom from their coaches. So at the moment, we've got a bit of a stalemate on our hands here. That's the best opportunity created so far, but I think the ball did go over the line. And of course, earlier today, frustration for England. It was a pretty awful game to be. Yeah, that ball, looking at the replay, is a good yard over the dead ball line there. So if that header had found the target, it would not have counted. But it was an incredible save from Livakovic. Yeah, Ghana did a job on England. Just completely nullified them today. Really disappointing game in Boston. But they got the job done, and it's England and Ghana who are very much hot favourites to automatically go through from this group. Of course, there are 8 best third place berths as well. Zlatko Dalic giving his team a very animated talk down there on the touchline. It's a bit calmer in the Panama huddle. Thomas Christensen, the Panama coach. But as I said, if this did end as a draw, I think I'm right in saying that wouldn't be curtains for either of these two teams, but they would certainly have to win their last game. Panama, of course, will play England, and Croatia will face Ghana. It would make it interesting, but I think more than anything else, both of these teams will want the win today to get their campaign up and running and put them in a decent position going into the final round of group games. So it will be a goal kick. We're back underway shortly for Croatia, because that ball did go over the dead ball line before Amir Murillo was able to get that cross in. So it will be Dominik Livakovic places the ball down on the 6-yard line. Long punt downfield. That's well won by Giovanni Ramos. Wins the second header too. Then Gvardiol heads it back over the halfway line. And then Panama will look to find the long ball downfield again, looking for Fajardo, but that's tidied up by Pongrancic. Long ball downfield by him, Cordoba. Then the other flick on header by Carlos Harvey. And that goes out to his far side for Cesar Blackman. Ball infield for Rodriguez. He's gone down under a challenge. And now, oh, there's a little bit of afters there between Blackman and Marko Pasalic. But Croatia have got a throw over on that far side. Remember, Croatia in the last 2 World Cups have finished 2nd and 3rd. Quite remarkable, really, for such a small country. With many saying they've got an ageing squad, which is not an exaggeration. Now Martinez, he's going to get penalised there for the foul on Gvardiol. He thought he got away from him and would have been one-on-one with the keeper. But Mr. Acho says there was a shove in the back on the Manchester City man, as Martinez almost piggybacked him there to get his head to the ball and nudge it forward. So Croatia have it on halfway. This is Josip Stanisic of Bayern Munich. Now Pongrancic just nudges his way inside the Panama half. Now Josip Šutalo. Back to Pongrancic. No press coming in from Panama. They're more than happy for Croatia to just keep knocking it across their back four. Modric to Kovacic. Back to Luka Modric inside the centre circle. Now Šutalo. Now then, can Stanisic get across? And he can from the sidelines there. Just goes over the head of Ivan Perisic. Christian Martinez tidies up at the back of the penalty area there, but the ball downfield for Murillo has been intercepted by Mateo Kovacic, so Croatia will look to come again here. Šutalo, now Stanisic. This is Pasalic, return ball for, well, it was Bacharina who'd gone over to that far side. He's been fouled by Barcenas near the corner flag, the Panama captain. So is this going to be a free kick to Croatia? It is, over on that far side. Very tight to the touchline, about 5 yards from the corner flag on this near side. Modric and Perisic standing over the ball, either be an in-swinger or an out-swinger. The box now filling up with players from both sides. So as we approach the half-hour mark, chance here from a set piece. The referee once again comes into the penalty area as players are pushing and shoving. It really is very dull. They've been told not to do it, and the referee has given them a stern warning there, and no doubt when he walks away they'll start doing it again. Yes, they are. Anyway, it's whipped in by Luka Modric, and then Carlos Harvey just hammers that ball high in the air, and finally it's headed away. And then it's returned all the way back to the feet of Dominik Livakovic, who's come out of his penalty area. This is Šutalo, edge of the centre circle. Mateo Kovacic. 0-0 here in Toronto. But as I said earlier, I think both of these teams will be desperate to get the full 3 points. Otherwise they'll be in a pretty precarious position going into the final round of games, with both England and Ghana pretty almost certain to go through on 4 points already. Now then, Pasalic over on that far side. Short little pass to Luka Modric. Back to Pasalic over on the far side in the shadows. Now Stanisic infield to Mateo Kovacic. Gets the ball out to to Gvardiol on this near side. He chips it over the top, looking there for the run of Petar Musa, but it's hammered downfield by Panama, but it's neatly tidied up by Pongrancic. Back to the keeper, who quickly gives the ball to Šutalo. Now here's Josko Gvardiol on halfway. Now Perisic tight to the touchline here, and once again Croatia dominating possession here, but not really doing much with it. Floated ball out to the far side, finds the target. Pasalic gathers it in from that pass by Modric and gets a decent cross in as well. Headed away by Ramos on the edge of the 6-yard box. Ball comes back into the area and is lashed away again this time by Blackman. %50 possession for Croatia, 43 for Panama. I thought it would be more than that, to be honest. 7% with no control. Ball out to the far side, of the penalty area, but that's defended by Rodriguez. But his long ball downfield just only finds Pongrancic again, and Croatia's just going to come straight back at them. Modric. But the tempo isn't very high. Not sure how warm it is down on pitch side. Here's Harvey. Oh, he's attempted clearance downfield, intercepted, but it goes out for a throw anyway for Panama. It was Bacharina who got that block in. Game just in a bit of an impasse at the moment. Almost 33 minutes gone, 0-0. Both managers looking very enigmatic on the sideline, not giving much away. Here's Chitalo now. Oh, he's lost the ball inside the centre circle. Now it breaks forward. Now Martinez. Oh, he's gone down on the edge of the area. But the referee has given the free kick, actually, to Croatia. This is saying there was a handball involved there, but that was a scary moment for Croatia there. I think it was actually Pongrancic, yeah, a loose touch from him, gave the ball away. And then as the ball came downfield, Kovacic bundled over Christian Martinez on the edge and then inside the box, but I think the referee said that Martinez had caught the ball with his hand as he was chasing that ball through. So Croatia survived that little scare. Pongrancic once again. This is Josip Chitalo on halfway. 34 minutes gone. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this Group L game. Long ball into the Panama half, but they deal with that, and then it's hammered downfield again from near the dead ball line, but it goes straight to the Croatian back line, and they will just come at them again. Modric, now Kovacic, but they're not coming at them with any great intensity. It's a very slow and cagey game, this, at the moment. Pongrancic just has the air. Well, that's a terrible pass from Pongrancic. Sails out for a throw-in. Just has the air, this game, of two sides who are desperate not to make a mistake. They know there's a lot riding on this. You can see, you know, this has got 1-0 written all over it. I hope I'm wrong. Here's Gvardiol. Now Pongrancic. Chitalo. Modric. Pongrancic on halfway. Now Mateo Kovacic picks up the ball, but again it's like watching walking football, this, at the moment. The pace is extremely sedate. 35 gone. Ball downfield. There's a foul comes in there by Panama, by Joel Barcenas. Or was it? Actually, it was Cordoba. My mistake. Yeah, foul there coming in through the back of Martin Bacharina. So it will be a free kick to Croatia. Halfway inside the Panama half, pretty much in centre field. Modric stands over it. In a shaft of shade there, going across the playing surface. Takes it short, gets it back from Kovacic. Well, and he's giving the ball away. Well, that was a complete waste. Now, Panama will look to break downfield here. Ball fed out to this near side. Martinez will win the race to gather it in near the touchline. Wasn't the best ball, but Martinez gets a cross in, but it's gone over the top of everyone. And, well, Stanisic went over the top of his head. And must get that right. Marko Pasalic with the long clearance downfield, but Panama now have the ball. Well, that was a terrible free kick from Croatia. They didn't chip the ball into the area. They did nothing with it, and then gave the ball away on halfway. Almost 37 minutes gone. This is Fallardo. Well, that's a loose pass, but then Croatia don't deal with it. Panama win the ball back. Now they have it 30 yards out here. Here's Giovanni Ramos. Gets away from Bacciarina. Doesn't find Martinez with the pass, but the ball whipped into the back post by Murillo. Across the face of the 6-yard box and then hacked out for a throw-in on this near side by Josko Gvardiol. And now Panama starting to ask a few questions. Throw-in taken too quickly. Now Martinez with the cross from the byline and header away, helped on by Shatalo, but it breaks for Panama. Well, I think the flag had gone up there against Andres Andrade. But Panama, this last 2 or 3 minutes, starting to look dangerous. That was all really on the back of that awful free kick, which they just gave possession away. Croatia have been really disappointing so far in this half. Long ball downfield by Ramos, looking for Fallardo, but it's headed back downfield by Pongrancic, but the ever-willing Barcenas gets to the ball first, but Harvey loses the ball. Ball chipped downfield now. Can they get in round the back here? Well, that's great defending from Cordoba. And he's hurt himself there, though, the Norwich City man. Briefly goes down, clutching his side. But he did well there to muscle away Marko Pasalic. Now this is Ramos again. Good ball to find Martinez on halfway. Then an even better ball down the right channel here for Amir Murillo. Side of the penalty. Oh, he's ghosted round Gvardiol. Can he get his shot away? No, he took too many touches. And that allowed Croatia to clear it from the edge of the 6-yard area. He did all the hard work there. Ghosted past Gvardiol and then just, he should have passed it really. Tried to walk the ball in, Murillo. Panama definitely on top at the moment. 39 minutes gone here in Toronto. Rodriguez over on that far side. Gets another cross into the area. And again, it's gone out. Well, there's a foul actually there by Murillo inside the penalty area, trying to win the ball. And he brought down Gvardiol from behind on the penalty spot pretty much. Cordoba still clutching his right side. Maybe he's pulled a muscle there or something in that tangle with Marko Pasalic. Yeah, he just landed awkwardly on his right foot, and I think he might have just jarred a muscle in his side. Livakovic with the long clearance downfield, but Panama win that header and they come forward again, but just a heavy touch there allows Stanisic to win it and roll it back to Livakovic. Inside the final 5 minutes of normal time. The hydration break wasn't overly long, thankfully. Here's Kovacic to his Manchester City teammate Gvardiol. He rolls it back to Pongrancic of Fiorentina. Now Kovacic again chips the ball downfield, down this left side, but it's poor. Too long. Perisic can't get to it. And Murillo will shepherd that one out for a goal kick. And Panama are the better team at the moment. They've really acquitted themselves well. They were unlucky to lose that game against Ghana. Now Croatia have the ball inside the Panamanian half. But again, it's all going a little bit sideways. Perisic back to Gvardiol. Now Modric on halfway. They'll look to bring this forward now, but again, it's all very slow and ponderous. No movement from Croatia. And they've lost the ball again there. Kovacic trying to return it to Modric. Now then, Panama. Can they break? They can. Down this far side. This is Rodriguez up against Shatalo. Gets a decent ball into the area, but it's hooked away by Gvardiol. Carlos Harvey trying to win the ball back. He goes down on the edge of the box. Referee not interested. Bacciarina, he's fouled, but the referee says no. Croatia now will look to come forward with Oh, and that's an awful pass. I have no idea who that was meant for. And that kind of sums Croatia up, I'm afraid. Yes, they've dominated possession for about the first half of this first half. But Panama have looked more of a threat. Now, Martinez surely was offside there. He was miles behind the line, the back line. But we play on. Croatia won the header. The referee just said carry on play. This is Kovacic for Croatia. 42.5 minutes gone here in Toronto. This is a Group L, second round of games in Group L. England and Ghana playing out a goalless draw in Boston. But those two sit at the top of this group on 4 points. These two sides looking for their first points of the competition. But at the moment, it's a bit of a stalemate. Either side really wanting to make a mistake. But someone's going to have to blink because they need the 3 points. That's a good ball round the back there for the run of Pasalic. Sends it back to Stanisic. Now Modric. They have it on the side of the penalty area, on that far side. Back to Luka Modric. Now ball round the back again. Can they get a cross in here? No, they opt to go back towards the sideline. Stanisic cross to the edge of the penalty area, but Musa can't win that or control that header. And then there's a foul by Croatia, by Josip Šatalo on Fajardo. Just came in through the back of him there. And we're free kick to Panama. Trying to work out what the colour. I said it was dark grey. It's bluey grey. It's neither one or t'other. Looks very smart. But that long ball downfield there by Ramos was not the best. Sails all the way through to Livakovic. Final minute of normal time. 0-0 here. Neither side. Well, I'd say Panama have had the better opportunities. Now then, can Pasalic get in round the back here? He gets the cross in, and that's a good header from Ramos. Took it away from Perisic, who was lurking behind him on the back post. And then it's hammered out, cleared away downfield. It will be a throw-in for Croatia on the halfway line on this near side. Taken quickly by Marin Pongracic. Josip Šatalo. Now here's Kovacic on halfway. Bačarina. Pongracic, now Perisic is lurking there, but Gvardiol opts to chip. It's just that some of the passing from Croatia has been absolutely awful, I have to say. And Panama now, Murillo has space down this near side. And this time it doesn't manage to get round Josko Gvardiol. He stands firm, and then there's a foul by Martinez, who comes clattering into the back there of Bačarina. Just the 3 minutes to add on for the hydration break, and we're into that now. Dominik Livakovic trying to whip up the Croatian fans behind his goal. I'm not sure they'll be overly thrilled with what they've seen in this first half here in Toronto. Over on the far side, Pasalic, long crossfield ball, beautifully to the feet of Perisic on this near side. Little ball infield for Martin Bačarina. Tries a long-range shot. I think that might have hit the post, you know. We saw what he could do against England. I think it's obviously taken a touch off Mosquera. It's gone out for a corner. That was about 30, maybe longer yards out there along the floor. No, it didn't hit the post. Mosquera got across down to his near post. I don't think that was going in though. But of course you can't take any chances. 90 seconds gone of the added 3, and this will be Marko Pasalic to take this corner for Croatia on the near side. Again, the referee just having a word with the shovers. So Pasalic whips the ball in. It's an out-swinging corner. Ball goes high in the air, and then finally Martinez will clear it downfield and out for a throw-in. Now this is the final minute of added time in this first half. Throw-in down to the corner flag on this near side for Croatia. The ball is looped into the penalty area but headed away. Now then, Panama will look to break downfield here on this left-hand side with Rodriguez. He has to put the brakes on and wait for reinforcements, which kind of kills the momentum of the move. Harvey floats the ball out to this near side, but it will not find Murillo, and it goes out for a throw into Croatia. 30 seconds remaining in this first half. It's been a bit of a non-event, really. But for me, Panama have looked the more dangerous. This is Luka Modric. Now Josip Stanisic. This is Shatalo. Excuse me. Brings the ball forward. Well, we're going to get the whistle any time now, because Croatia, well, that is half-time. And that just about sums it up, really. No urgency at all from this Croatian team. And Panama go in 0-0, as they did against Ghana. Still haven't found the back of the net in this tournament. But Croatia have been hugely disappointing. 0-0 at half-time here in Toronto. We'll be back in 15 minutes for full second half commentary. One of these teams has got to do something. They need the win. We'll see if they can get it. Back soon.
Thank you for listening to FotMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FotMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FotMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FotMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FotMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FotMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FotMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FotMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FotMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FotMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FotMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more.
Nil-nil draw in Boston, but they're both on 4 points. Both Croatia and Panama yet to get a single point in this tournament so far. This is the second round of games. We are in Toronto and it's 0-0 at half-time. Panama, for me, slightly the better team. Croatia, pretty disappointing. So you are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this Group L game. And remember, you can follow the match on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. Croatia are in the tunnel in their traditional red and white chessboard check shirts with the white shorts and white socks. Panama in a sort of blue-grey trimmed with white. And it looks as if Zlatko Delic is going to make some changes. Ante Budimir, the Osasuna striker, is going to come on for Croatia. They were pretty toothless up front in that first half. Petar Musa barely touched the football. I think there's going to be more than one change by the look of it as well. Luka Modric leads out his team, the 40-year-old captain on his 200th international cap, into the early evening sunlight here in Toronto. Budimir takes a swig from his bottle of water as he waits to come on. He will be replacing Petar Musa of FC Dallas, who was pretty anonymous in that first half. We're also going to see Hoffenheim's Andrej Kramaric, and he's going to come on. Now this is an interesting little change. He's going to replace Josko Gvardiol, but Kramaric is an attacking player, as is Budimir, so there might be a little change of formation here for the Croatians. They might be going to a back three, and possibly bolstering that forward line. Might be going two up top with Kramaric and Budimir. We shall see. No changes for Panama. They get us back underway. They're playing from right to left in this second half. And here's Cesar Blackman near the touchline here, being put under pressure by Stanisic. Long ball up to halfway. Croatia deal with that, and then the ball is hacked downfield. Livakovic has to come smartly out of his area there to clear it, and puts it out for a throw-in over on that far side to Panama, who were definitely on top before the half-time interval. This is Harvey. Foul comes in on Rodriguez, but the referee says it's okay. And now Croatia break downfield. This is Budimir. Goes out to Kramaric on that left-hand side. Sun just starting to fade a little now here in Toronto. The pitch more in shade now. Here is Modric being hassled all the way by Fallardo, and finally the little fella is fouled from behind. So it will be a free kick to Croatia just inside the Panama half. Just over 46 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0. But realistically, one of these teams will have to go out for the win here. Otherwise, they're putting themselves under huge pressure to qualify. Panama will face England, and they'll be very much the underdogs for that. And Croatia will be going up against a very stubborn Ghana side, as we've already seen. And England and Ghana pretty much nailed on to qualify automatically. However, that might not be the case if one of these teams can get the 3 points this evening. Ball flipped round the corner down this near channel by Pasalic, trying to find Stanisic, but that's well defended and tidied up there by Andrade. And the long ball down this near side, but Jose Fallardo cannot keep the ball in, and it goes out for a throw-in on this near side to Croatia. I'll say the pitch now largely in shade, which I'm sure the players will be more than happy with. So throw-in for Croatia, taken by Stanisic. But, they very promptly lose the ball, but then win it back again. Modric tries to pass it downfield, but it's blocked by Andrade and goes out for another Croatia throw, which Stanisic will take. Got to get on with it. You've only got 5 seconds. I'm sure he's taken longer than that there. Anyway, he sends a rather unconvincing ball back to Shutalo, and he has to send it into the penalty area to Livakovic. Feeds it out to Pograncic. Now that's a good turn and pass down that far side, looking for Perisic. He just beats the 37-year-old PSV. Goes out for a throw-in on that far side to Panama. 48 minutes gone. And we're still awaiting our first goal. Panama did hit the crossbar off a header but it wouldn't have counted anyway. Ball back now at the feet of Livakovic, being chased down by Christian Martinez. Towering header by Ramos on halfway. Rodriguez now tussling with Stanisic, but too forcefully for the referee's liking on this near side. Excuse me. Well, Livakovic has gone down in his area here. Oh, yeah, Martinez left one on him there as he came through. He stood on top of his foot, and that was a bit naughty. That was very naughty from Christian Martinez. The ball had long gone, but he's going to get away with it. Not even going to get a booking there. But that was a bit of dark arts there from Christian Martinez. So Croatia halfway inside their own half. This is Luka Modric. Now Pongrancic goes out to that far side. Ball down the line looking for Andrej Kramaric. He will get to it just before the corner flag. Puts the brakes on. Can they get the cross in here, Croatia? But the offside flag has gone up. Over on that far side. Yeah, Kramaric's run just a good yard offside there. Tried to arc that run, but to no avail. So 50 minutes gone here. It will be a free kick to Panama. Mosquera's come out of his area to take it on that far side. Long ball downfield into the setting sun here in Toronto. Headed back over the halfway line, excuse me. Apologies. And now Croatia have it inside the Panama half. Oh, tried to pick out the run there of Budimir, but it went behind him. This is Blackman now for Panama. Wins the throw-in on this near side. Blackman takes the throw-in. Fallardo. Now Carlos Harvey floats the ball out to that far side. Nicely controlled by Martinez. Murillo. Barcenas. Martinez on that far side. Nice 1-2 with Murillo. Good ball into the area over the top of Fallardo, but it's put out by Mario. I'll get it right. Marco Pasalic. And it's a corner for Panama. And the little blonde-haired Christian Martinez whipping up that Panama crowd behind the Croatian goal. Will they go short with this corner? Rodriguez is the option for that if they decide to do it. Referee blows his whistle. And they do go short. This is Jose Luis Rodriguez. Out to Barcenas. Got to get the ball in. All the players are still in the penalty area. Martinez tries the cross, but it's blocked. And that's disappointing from Panama. Really disappointing. They didn't make more of that. They still have the ball, however. Ball flicked over the top, looking for the run of Fallardo. But Pongrancic gets to it first. Ball goes out of play, though, off a Panamanian boot. And it will be a throw into Croatia on the far side of the pitch. 52 minutes gone here in Toronto. I'm Joe Mills, and you're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this Group L game here in Toronto. And don't forget, you can follow the match on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. There's going to be a free kick to Croatia here. The foul from Jose Cordoba. Tugging the shirt there off Ante Budimir. Croatia, however, don't go for the penalty area. They take it quickly. Stanisic back in field to Shatalo. Now Pongrancic. Shatalo once again. Once more, Croatia patient, building from the back. Ball floated out to Perisic, but Murillo gets to it first. Is that a throw-in for Panama? He tried to con everybody there, Murillo. It's going to be a throw-in for Croatia. Over on that far side, taken quickly by Perisic. Kovacic. Now Marin Pongrancic. Inside the Panama half now. Stanisic on this near side. Lovely flick back heel round the corner there by Pasalic. Whipped in by Stanisic and turned in at the back post by Ante Budimir. And Croatia have the lead, and once more Panama, just like the first game, for all their endeavour, have become undone once again. Sublime bit of skill there from Marko Pasalic. Had his back to goal, back-heeled it down the line for the run there. Absolutely stunning bit of skill. It opened up the space, and the cross came in from Josip Stanisic. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah, from Stanisic. Beautiful back heel round the corner. Ball whipped in there and it got past the outstretched arm of Mosquera. The ball was arcing away from him. Wicked cross from Stanisic. And nobody had picked up Budimir, who side foots it home from 4 yards out at the back post. Well, I say side foots it. It came off the inside of his thigh. Made a bit of a meal of that. It doesn't matter. They all count. And Croatia have the lead here in Toronto. And Panama staring down the barrel now of exiting this tournament. But there's plenty of time for them to do something about it. But that might... Well, the game badly needed a goal, let's be honest. That should open things up a bit now. But just like the game against Ghana, Panama did a lot of things good. But it just seems to fizzle out for them at the top end of the pitch. Much like it did against Ghana. They do have their moments. They do look dangerous at times. They've won themselves a free kick here inside the Croatian half. They won't panic. Still plenty of time. 55.5 minutes gone. Barthinas standing over this free kick for Panama. Floats it to the edge of the area. It flicks off the head of Cordoba. Croatia will head that. No, they've kept it in of Panama. Whip the ball into the area and it flicks off the head of Pongrancic and goes out past the back post and out for a Panama corner. That was a good ball in there from Amir Murillo. So corner. Jose Luis Rodriguez of FC Juarez. Out swinging corner into the area, comfortably headed away. Barthinas, he loses possession. Now Croatia will look to hit on the counter, and they're through here, one-on-one. Can they finish it here? They're into the area. Oh, that's always got lucky, and he's placed it over the bar at the second effort. That was terrible there from Marko Pasalic. He was through one-on-one, and he didn't really seem to know what to do for the best there. The keeper came off his line and he hit it straight into him, but the ball rebounded back to him, and then he lashed it over the bar from a tight angle. That should have been 2-0. And Pasalic there completely fluffing his lines. And Panama have got away with that one. Now here is Blackman, but this is going to open the game up now. Because Panama know they have to go for it here, because they're staring down the barrel of elimination. If they don't get something out of this game, you feel. Because they face England next. 5 attempts on goal for the Croatians, 2 on target. Panama have only mustered 1 attempt on goal, despite being more than competitive and at times, for me, the better team. But Croatia find a way, don't they? Now then, oh, that is a foul on this near side on Pasalic. I mean, if you look at the two teams out there, that really the golfing quality is pretty chasmic, but you wouldn't know it having watched this game. What they lack in quality and maybe experience, Panama, they make up for in sheer endeavour and hard work. But Croatia have the players in their team to produce a little bit of quality when it matters. And that little back heel flick for the overlapping run of Josip Stanisic there by Pasalic was outstanding, as was the cross. Here is Stanisic now. Pasalic gets away from Blackman, and then an attempted foul by Barthinas, but now Panama break downfield here. Here's Jose Luis Rodriguez. Now Cesar Blackman on this near side. Can't get away from Kovacic. Infield to Barthinas. Beautiful turn from the captain, and floats a good ball out to this far right-hand side. Can they get the cross in? They can indeed! Oh, and he picked out the header. It's glanced off him. They pick it up again, Panama, on the dead ball line. Ball whipped in by Andrade. But Croatia defend it. Now Cordoba wins the ball off Budimir on this near side. Panama have lost it though through Andrade. They certainly responded here of the Panamanians. They to going 1-0 down. That is a foul by Cordoba on Pasalic on this near side. We are approaching the hour mark here in Toronto. Panama 0, Croatia 1. Ante Budimir with the goal. A goal that was badly needed in this game. Here's Modric now to Mateo Kovacic. Modric caught very late off the ball there, and it's going to be a booking. It was captain on captain, Joel Barthinas. Just left one on Modric there. And a bit of a rueful smile on the face of the Inter Milan midfielder. Yeah, he just left one on him there. Very late to that ball, Barthinas. A yellow card for the Panama captain. Maybe a little bit of frustration there. Because for all their endeavour, and they were the same in the first game, they just cannot find the back of the net. And that's what this game is all about, I'm afraid. Long ball downfield from Panama, but it sails all the way through into the hands of Livakovic. Sorry, Mosquera. It was a pass downfield by Croatia, do beg your pardon. This is Giovanni Ramos. Now Carlos Harvey whips it round the corner, looking for Martinez. He was fouled from behind, but the referee not interested. But Panama intercept the ball on the edge of their own area. Now they can break downfield, down this near side with Cesar Blackman. Ball round the back for Rodriguez. He gets it to the byline, puts the cross in across the face of the 6-yard box. And it's put out of play for a throw-in by Pongrancic. Throw-in taken quickly. Panama here now starting to ask questions. That cross is blocked, and that will go out for a Panama corner on this near side. Real sense of urgency now from the team from Central America. They know they need a goal. A point would just about keep them alive in this tournament, but they would have to beat England on Saturday. This is Rodriguez to Barthinas. They took the corner short. Squares it across the face of the area. Oh, that's a loose touch from Murillo, and he's been dispossessed by Kramaric, who turns and puts a good ball up to the halfway line. And now good ball fed down the channel here. Pasalic tried to feed it inside for Budimir. Kovacic picks up the rebound. Game has definitely started to open up, and it needed to, as the first half was a rather dreary affair. This is Kovacic for Croatia. Modric. Ball floated into the centre circle, chested down by Marin Pongrancic. No press from Panama. This is Stanisic on this near side. Plays a glorious ball over the top, but that was well read by Giovanni Ramos, who stuck out a long leg and nudged it back to his keeper. The offside flag may have gone up anyway. It's a lovely curving ball, yeah, a run there from Budimir. He was a yard offside. 63.5 minutes gone. Mosquera has the ball at his feet on the edge of his penalty area. And he launches it long downfield. That's a comfortable header there away by Pongrancic. But Croatia can't control the ball on the halfway line. Barthinas does well. Brave header. Harvey. Now Blackman down this near side. Full of energy. Knocks the ball back to the feet of Andrade, but that's a poor ball to the edge of the area, but they get the rebound off the boot of Modric. Rodriguez again, twisting, turning, gets a great cross into the area, and it's a diving header clear by Pongrancic, but it's straight to Andrade. This is Rodriguez again, gets away from Stanisic. Good ball to Martinez on this near side, edge of the penalty area, up against Modric. Chips the ball into the air, it's headed away again by Pongrancic, and now Croatia will look to break themselves. But Cordoba gets across to snuff that out, but Bacharina loses out to Cordoba. The referee has brought it back for a foul by Cordoba. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Neither does Cordoba. Panama players not happy with the referee. There really wasn't much in that at all. Thomas Christensen with his hands on his hips, with a wry smile on his face. 65 minutes gone here in Toronto. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this Group L second phase game. And remember, you can follow this game on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. I'm Joe Mills. Thank you for your company. Croatia leading Panama by 1-0. Ball comes back to Livakovic. Now Shatalo. Pongrancic. Whipped downfield over on that far side, looking for Budimir. But Ramos wins the header. Harvey. Now Blackman again in space down this near side. Edge of the penalty area. Tries to cut in field. He's bundled over. Then the ball's put out for a throw-in by Croatia for Panama on this near side. But Panama are really coming forward on a regular basis now. They have to throw everything at this. They know that. It's going to make for an interesting end to this game. Martinez on the far side, plays it round the back into the penalty area, but it's too strong and goes all the way through to Livakovic, who picks it up off the floor before Murillo could get to it. This is Pongrancic. Long ball downfield, looking for the run of Budimir, trying to get in round the back of those two central defenders, but the ball is headed back into the arms of Mosquera by Cordoba. He releases the ball quickly to Giovanni Ramos. Jose Cordoba. Now Andres Andrade. Blackman again finding space down this near side. Ball infield to Fallardo. Now back to Andrade. This is Cordoba near the centre circle inside his own half. 67 minutes gone. This is Giovanni Ramos. Good ball played through the middle there. Nice turn. Barcinas's ball is going to be too strong though. Oh no, brilliantly done by Martinez. Kicks it in near the corner flag. Now they have it on the edge of the area. Murillo plays the ball in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Goal, couldn't get it out of his feet. Then a shot comes into the near post. Parried away not once but twice. And Livakovic again to the rescue, and he puts it out for a corner. 2 shots from Murillo. And Panama now really pouring on the pressure. And that all came from that brilliant sliding rescue there from Christian Martinez. From what I've seen of him, hang on, here comes the corner. Header tipped over the bar. It was a header from Harvey. And tipped over the bar again by the outstanding Dominic Livakovic. And then it's an awful corner. Too strong. Goes over the top of everyone and out for a throw-in on the other side. But Panama here really turning the screw, having gone 1-0 down. It's now time for our second hydration break. So the players make their way towards the technical area to take on some fluids, and the coaches will get into their teams. But Panama, again, like the first game, just so much endeavour, so much hard work. They've just been unlucky. Nothing's really fallen for them. And again, they're struggling to find the back of the net. Croatia have been largely disappointing in this game, but they have that quality. Just one moment of quality is all it took to get the goal. And that's what this game is all about. But again, Livakovic, in the last passage of play, 2 excellent saves. Remember, he's tipped one over the bar as well. He was magnificent against England, despite 4 goals going in. Tipped that ball over from that header from Carlos Harvey from that corner. The Panamanian fans absolutely desperate to see them score a goal. They're going to have to do well to beat that man, the form that he's in. So as things stand, England are top of the group, Ghana in second place. They're both on 4 points. Croatia on 3, Panama yet to register a point. And the final games in this group will be played on Saturday. England facing Panama, and Croatia will face Ghana. But this game still very much on a knife edge. And again, these hydration breaks can be a pain in as much as it can really stifle momentum. We've seen games change course after these breaks. Well, Zlatko Dalic is going to make 2 changes here on the back of this. We're going to see Luka Sučić of Real Sociedad, and we're also going to see another Sučić, Petar Sučić of Inter Milan. So 2 Sučićes, easy for me to say, for the price of 1. So Marko Pasalic is going to be one of the players to make way. And Mateo Kovacic is the other one. So Pasalic and Kovacic off. The Sučićes, Luka and and Petar come on. 1 sub left for Croatia. They have the throw in here, taken long downfield, flicked header over the top there by Budimir, but that'll just go straight through to Cordoba. Can Panama keep up the pressure here? Long ball downfield by Cordoba, that's well defended. Budimir wins the header on halfway, then Luka Sučić. Ball miskicked there by Kramaric, but there's a foul coming there on Carlos Harvey, so it will be a free kick for Panama. And 72 minutes gone. This is Bárcenas. Now Cordoba, just inside the centre circle, floats it out to that far side. Panama enjoying possession here now. This is Andrade, but he's forced to send that all the way back to Mosquera, who's way out of his area as he brings that under control. Long ball downfield, chested down by Murillo, and then Martinez wins the second ball, but it balloons off him towards the dead ball line, and then he chases that down. Was he fouled there? No, he did take a tumble as Pongrancic shepherded that ball out of play. Just took the last touch there, Martinez. Never stops working. Point I was making, he plays in the Israeli league. From what I've seen of him in the 2 games, and I've looked at Panama, I'm absolutely staggered he's not playing in a better league than that, no disrespect, but well, maybe it's his choice, I don't know. But he's looked excellent. He's got to, oh, he almost got away from his man there. If he was offside, flag has gone up against him. On that far side, well, in fact, it wasn't the offside, it was a nudge in the back of Ivan Perisic, who's pretty much playing as a left back since Gvardiol came off. This is Shutalo. 74 minutes gone. Panama 0, Croatia 1 here in Toronto. Panama desperately seeking an equaliser to keep their World Cup hopes alive. Ball comes back to the feet of Livakovic. Long kick downfield by the Croatian keeper. Andrade wins the header on halfway. Now then. Oh, that's a loose ball from Harvey, trying to find Blackman on the overlap there, and he stabs it out for a Croatian throw on this near side. Long throw downfield by Stanisic. Kramaric flicks the header around the corner, but goes straight to a Panama shirt. But Harvey again can't find the right pass. That's the problem for Panama at that end of the field. Now then, Croatia can break here. Neat into passing. Now, oh, well, that's not a great ball from Sucic, and it's tidied up and out for a throw in there by Murillo. Throw in taken quickly. This is Perisic. They have the ball way over on that far side. Perisic once again. Now here's Luka Modric. A little bit of space, picks out a decent ball to the edge of the area, but Perisic couldn't control it. And it skews off his boot and goes through to Orlando Mosquera. And he has the ball back at his feet now. Chips it downfield, but it's intercepted by Stanisic on halfway, but that header goes straight to a Panama shirt. Have they kept the ball in play there, Blackman? Yes, he has, just. Barcenas back over to Andrade. Now Murillo over on that far side. Chips it down the line for Martinez. The return ball down the line, that's going to be too strong. And that's shepherded out of play by Croatia. It is not through the want of trying. And now Thomas Christensen is going to make a change. Giovanni Ramos is going to come off for Panama, and he will be replaced by Cecilio Waterman of Concepcion. He is a striker. Obviously they badly need a goal, so a defender off and a striker on. So they're bolstering their front line here, Panama. They have to go for it now. They've no option. 13 minutes of normal time remaining. And Andrade, now this is Cordoba. Martinez drops deep to pick it up on halfway. Ball played downfield, flick round the corner. Now then, Waterman has it on the edge of the area. He's fouled by Modric, and then a long-range shot from Jose Luis Rodriguez. Goes high over the crossbar from the edge of the penalty area. Can Panama find that elusive goal? Couldn't find the net against Ghana. Similar pattern in this game. You know, 1-0 again. They'll find, you know, they'll consider themselves a bit unlucky. It's not like they've been dominated in any of the two games they played. They were the better team for me against Ghana. And there's been periods of this game where they've looked by far the better team. But that's the cruelty of football. And unless they can find a goal in the next 12 minutes plus stoppage time, it's pretty much nailed on that their World Cup will be coming to an end, which would be a shame. But it's all about results, I'm afraid. Here's Rodriguez now. But he's surrounded, loses the ball, but he wins it back. Oh, he tries to. He has won it back, tries to get it into the air, and he's won his side a corner. Absolutely brilliant that from Jose Luis Rodriguez. Never gave up on it. And it sums up this Panama side. They just do not stop. And they've won themselves a corner there out of pure endeavour. So Rodriguez with this corner for Panama. 79 minutes on the clock. Outswinging corner towards the back post. Goes over the top of everyone, but they still gather it in. Oh, shot into the side netting. Was a tight angle. And Carlos Harvey. It was very much hitting more in hope than expectation. Yeah, very tight angle that, and there was no way that was ever going to beat Livakovic at his near post. Interestingly, it was Pongrancic who took the goal kick. Now then, Croatia win it. They come forward, and that's going to be a yellow card, surely. He was pulled over there. And the yellow card, well, has the yellow card not come out there? I'm surprised at that. It may well do. And that was definitely a grab of the shirt there from Jose Fallardo on Martin Bacciarina. So Croatia have a free kick now, 80 minutes gone. In a pretty dangerous position. 4 men standing around this. Interesting to see who takes. Of course, Modric is one of them, and Bacciarina, Luka Sucic. And you would feel that if they can find something here, then that would pretty much put this game to bed, because Panama just can't seem to find the goal that they need. Well, we're going to see another Pasalic now, this time of the Mario variety. And the old warhorse Luka Modric is coming off. 81 minutes played for the 40-year-old. Incredible stamina and fitness. And Mario Pasalic of Atalanta will come on to replace the Croatian skipper. He takes his place in the dugout. It looks as if it's going to be Luka Sucic to take this free kick for Croatia. It's about 30 yards out to the left of the penalty spot. 5-man Panama wall. Sucic, oh, it takes a little flick off that wall and goes over the bar. It will be a corner for Croatia over on that far side. Yeah, just flicked the ample hair of Carlos Harvey. So corner to Croatia over on the far side. Almost 82 minutes gone here in Toronto. And the Croatian side will be definitely looking to see if they can put this game to bed here from this set piece. Jostling in the penalty area once more. Ball is finally whipped into the area. Oh, it went through everybody. Almost fell for Kramaric on the edge of the 6-yard box. And then hurriedly hammered away by Andres Andrade. Livakovic quickly out of his area to hammer it downfield, but Panama once again win the header. Lump a long ball downfield. Waterman backing into Pongrancic. He's won a free kick as well as Cecilio Waterman. Huge sense of urgency. Another change incoming now for Panama. Jose Fallardo is going to make way, and he'll be replaced by Azarios Londoño. It's actually Fallardo's teammate at Católica. So Londoño comes on for Fallardo. And now we're going to get this free kick for Panama. Halfway inside the Croatia half. Whipped in towards the back post. Nobody had picked up Andrade at the back post, but it just evaded him. He couldn't get to it in time. The free kick from Jose Luis Rodriguez. I think he was offside anyway, looking at that replay. Just broke away a fraction too early. Time running down now, but Croatia have given the ball away on the edge of their own penalty area. Can Panama do something here? They tried to get the cross in, it's blocked, but they will get the rebound ball. In fact, they'll let it go out for a throw-in. This is, well, Londoño drops the ball now. Are they going to go for the long throw here? Yes, they are. Can he do something here? Ball goes into the area, it's headed away by Croatia, who are pretty much clinging on here, I'll be honest, but that's another loose ball there from Panama, and Croatia will now look to break downfield and try and hit them on the counter and finally put this game to bed. Croatian player's gone down in back play, but we still play on, they still have the ball. He's back up on his feet now. Goodness me, that was like Lazarus. 84.5 minutes gone. Croatia have it near the halfway line. Ivan Perisic. Ball played up towards the edge of the penalty area. Can they get a cross in here? They can indeed. Towards the back post, over the top of everyone, and Stanisic can't keep it in on the byline, and it goes out for a goal kick. But Croatia here edging ever closer to their first points in this tournament. 3 precious ones, which will give them a really good chance of qualifying from the group, particularly if they can get the win over Ghana on Saturday. But there's a few ifs, buts, maybes, and do you mind if I don't to go before all of that is settled and sorted. So Croatia bring the ball forward here, out to that far side. Lovely ball with the outside of the foot there, but it's a heavy touch from Budimir, which allows Cordoba to get there before him. Sends it back to Mosquera. His clearance downfield, beautifully taken down by Cesar Blackman. Almost gets away from 3 Croatian players, but the clearance downfield goes straight to Carlos Harvey. 86 minutes gone now. Londoño. There's a huge part of me really wants them to score, because they deserve a goal. They really do. Here's Martinez. Oh, well, that's a bit careless, even a bit lax there. Tried to chip the ball through the outside of his boot, just gave it straight away. Long ball downfield. Cordoba will race back to tidy this up for Panama, and then squares it back to Mosquera. This is Bárcenas, back to Mosquera. Got to get the ball down the other end of the field here, Panama. Faffing around with it inside their own box here. Here's Andrade. Plays it down the line for Rodriguez. There's a lot of technical skill in this Panama side. They are a good team to watch. It just seems they can't find a goal. It's not been through the want of trying, I'll tell you that. Long crossfield ball now, looking for Rodriguez, but it's headed away by Stanisic. And then a Panama player has gone down, challenging for a header, but we still play on. Still flat on his back. Croatia have it with Bacharina over on that far side. Knocks it to the byline, and then it's knocked downfield. Now Croatia, it stayed in play. Can they hit on the counter here? It's 3 on 3. Now then, oh, just Petar Sucic just couldn't get away from his man. Heavy touch goes all the way through to Mosquera. Just over 2 minutes of normal time remaining here in Toronto. Croatia leading Panama by a goal to 0. You are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this Group L match. And remember, you can follow this on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. Foul there by Mario Pasalic. So it will be a free kick to Panama. Lots of nails being bitten up in the stands. Chip downfield looking for Rodriguez, but it's intercepted by Stanisic, and that's a silly play from Waterman there. He tugged at him, gives away a cheap free kick. All he's done there is just coughed up more time and given the ball back to Croatia, who are in no rush to take this, and more than in their rights to take their time. As we now approach the final minute of normal time, long ball downfield by Croatia, headed away by Cordoba. Panama win the ball back on halfway, but then there's a 50-50 challenge. Ball balloons up in the air. The referee has given a free kick to Panama for the foul by Budimir. We're now inside the final minute. Panama making one last change. Barcinas, the captain, is coming off. He will be replaced by Tomas Rodriguez of Deportivo Saprissa, another striker. Free kick taken quickly. It's now or never for Panama. Good ball down that right channel for the overlapping run of Carlos Harvey. Needs to get the ball into the box. He gets it to the byline, and he's won his side a corner on this near side. They never stop working, this Panama side. They really don't. We're now about to go into added time. 1-0 Croatia. Corner though for Panama over on the far side. They have 5 minutes of added time to save their World Cup odyssey. Not the best corner there to the near post, but they get the ball back towards the sideline. Ball whipped in again. Not the best header there. He couldn't get his body in the right position. That was Murillo. And now Martinez has been fouled inside the Croatian half by Budimir. Another free kick for Panama. Yeah, that was a naughty one from Budimir, and late as well. So free kick to Panama, halfway inside the Croatian half. Launched to, oh, that's awful, all the way through to the keeper. That was really, really poor from Eric Davis. I didn't see him come on. Glum faces in the Panamanian crowd. They've given everything for their team, and they can be very proud of them. But it's not over yet. They can come forward here. Now then, Rodriguez, Tomas Rodriguez, he's fouled from behind. A booking for Perisic, and a free kick here in a good position, about 23 yards out. In fact, it's Petar Sucic who's been given the yellow card there for that sliding tackle from behind. 90 seconds of the added 5 already elapsed. Can Panama find a dramatic equaliser here and keep their hopes alive? It will mean they will have to defeat England on Saturday if they want to get through. But they'll take that at this stage. Can they convert something here? They deserve something. Murillo and Tomas Rodriguez standing over this for Panama. Draft excluder in place. 6-man Croatian wall. Panama fans with their hands clasped together in prayer. We still wait for this free kick. The referee checking everything is as it should be. And we are ready now. So Panama with the free kick. It will be Murillo. Oh, it's high over the bar. Disappointment. And is that the last chance for Panama to get something from this game and keep their World Cup hopes alive? I rather feel it could be. They lost to Ghana 1-0 in a game where I thought they were the better team. And it looks like they're going to go down by the same scoreline here in a game where they have been the better team in patches. They've certainly been extremely competitive. Croatia were awful in the first half. They've been a lot better in this second period, but just that one moment of quality, and that's the difference between teams like Croatia and teams like Panama, I'm afraid. Now then, Budimir fouled inside the centre circle by Andrade, and we're now coming to the final minute of the added 5, and that could now definitely be it. Croatia will take their time with this. Maybe send it down towards the corner flag. It's a free kick inside the centre circle, and it is chipped over toward that corner, and it comes off the head. Well, they've done brilliantly there. They've won the ball back there as Eric Davis, but now they've lost it again. Croatia have it. Oh, almost through there into the penalty area, but they keep the ball in play, and it has been put out by Eric Davis for a corner for Croatia. And those Croatian fans know that the job surely is done now. Oh, it's actually a throw-in taken by Stanisic. Throws it into the penalty area, headed high up in the air by Budimir. Dying seconds now, goes out for a Panama throw. Davis will take it. We're now in overtime of overtime. That is the final whistle, and Croatia have got a crucial 1-0 win here in Toronto to keep their World Cup hopes alive. They will sit in third on 3 points. But for Panama, it is the end of the road. 2 1-0 defeats. It is harsh on them. They've been really good in both games, but they just cannot find the back of the net. And that's what it's all about. But they've not let themselves down at all. And they will give England a game on Saturday out of pride more than anything else. But Croatia, after that opening defeat to England, have found a way to get past this very stubborn and competitive Panama side. Final score here in Toronto, a crucial win for Croatia. They have beaten Panama by 1-0. Thank you for listening, and we'll speak to you again soon. Good night.
Shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.